Welcome back. Today's video is going to cover addition and subtraction. So let's get started. So we can regroup a whole bunch of things here. So here's one strategy we can do. 152 plus 273. So we'll do 1 because it has 100, 5 tens, 2 ones. And this one has 2 hundreds, 7 tens, 3 ones. So when you add them up, so here's where you're going to be adding. 2 ones plus 3 ones is 5 ones. 5 tens plus 7 tens is 12 tens. And 100 plus 200 is 300s. So now, when you have 10 tens is equal to 100. So this is called regrouping. You cannot have this right here. This cannot stay here because there can only be one digit in each place value. So then you would make that 2 tens. And since 10 tens equals 100, you now have 400s. I am not a fan of this. So standard algorithm. This is what I support for most students. If you like the other way, then do it, no problem. Here, you just add them going this way, in this direction here. So 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 7 is 12. So you would write the 2 here and carry the 1. 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 4. So we would do that here as well. So this is my preferred method. It's just a little bit easier. Make sure the place values are lined up. So this can get tricky. You cannot have this because there's nothing here. So this is wrong. Okay, so you have to make sure you line up the proper place values. Okay, so let's see it in action here. So the first one, you have 32,405 minus, sorry, adding, jumping ahead here. Now the best thing you can do for me is you can work backwards to make sure the place value is lined up. So since we're adding, 5 plus 6 is 1, carry the 1, 4. I am not going to go through the method of how I'm adding these all the time. So basically this has a lot of regrouping. You're going to have to regroup many times. So let's focus on subtraction. To subtraction, I would start by subtracting the ones. But if I don't have enough, what should I do? Well, I like lining it up like this. So you cannot take 9 away from 6. It is impossible because there's not enough. So you have to borrow from the 10. So that will turn into 3, and now this number becomes 16. 16 minus 9 is 7. 3 minus 1 is 2. So that's how you would do this. And then to double check your answer, you would take the answer 27, add it to 19, and you should get 46. Because remember, subtraction is the opposite of addition. So you may need to regroup more than once. So let's see what happens here. 7, take away 2. This works. Now the 9 cannot be taken away. You cannot do this. So you borrow from here. Turns that into a 16. 16 minus 9 is 7. 2 minus 1 is 1. So let's see if you have to regroup more than once. So here we go. You do have to borrow because 9 cannot be taken away from 8. 9, if the larger number is at the bottom, you cannot do it. You have to borrow. So that turns into a 4. This becomes 18 right now. So 18 minus 9 is 9. 4 minus 2 works, and that works. And it says here, then check by adding. So here, we'll do it in a different color. 229 plus 129. 9 plus 9 is 18. Carry the 1. 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. 3 plus 1 is, 2 plus 1 is 3, and you get 358. This will be your answer right here. So this is the standard way as I showed you. Here's what happens when you have to borrow more than once. you cannot take 9 away from 2. So you need to borrow from the neighbor. So this turns into 12. 12 minus 9 is 3. Now, we can't take away 5 from 4. Not enough. So now you borrow again. 14 minus 5 is 9. 7 minus 4 is 3. So here's another one. This one's a little bit trickier because there is now a 0 and we need to borrow. So in a sense, you have to borrow from 2 places. First, we start here. 4 cannot be taken away from 3. 3 cannot borrow from the 0. There's nothing there. So now the 0 has to borrow from the 5. So here's what happens. This turns into a 4. This turns into a 10. And now this has 10. You can borrow. So you have to turn it into a 9. You cannot forget the step. This is a common mistake for students this age to make this mistake. 13 minus 4 is 9. 9 minus 8 is 1. And 4 minus 1 is 3. And if you were to add it, 319 plus 184 gives you 13. Carry the 1, 0. Carry the 1, 5. And here's the last one. I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to show you the really hard way first, and then I'm going to show you the easy way. So if you don't want to watch the hard way, just skip over. But you have this really large number with a bunch of zeros, and you have to borrow because the 6 minus 0 cannot happen. So the 1s has to borrow from the 10s, the 10s has to borrow from the 100s, the 100s has to borrow from the 1000s, and the 1000s has to borrow from the 10,000s. So this is how it's going to look like. So this turns into a 0. This turns into a 10. Now it's 9. 10, 9, 10, 9, 10. And I know what you're thinking. How am I supposed to remember this? This is really, really tricky. But when you add it, you get the right answer. You get 5,644 plus 4,356. Which would be 10,000. I'm going to show you the easier way now. This is what I do. This is what I was taught way back when. This number 10,000, turn it into 9,999. You subtract 1 to start. And now subtract it from this number here. Okay, so just make it 1 less. And you will see why I did it. Because now there's no borrowing. 6 from 9 is 3, 5 from 9 is 4, 3 from 9 is 6, 4 from 9 is 5. Now that gives us the wrong answer, but since you subtracted 1 at the beginning, add the 1 back at the end, you get 4, 4, 6, 5, 5,644, which is the same answer that we got originally. So this is a little trick that you can use. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.